Hey guys, welcome back. Welcome back to a new podcast. Today I'm going to be podcasting because I feel like I haven't podcasted in quite some time, and I feel like it's just time for another reflection, for another just one-on-one or however many talk. It was my birthday recently. It's been like half a month since my birthday. I turned 23. Yeah, I wanted to make this video a lot sooner, actually, but I felt like I just needed to reflect a little bit more. Reflect on who I am as a person, where I want to be, what I've learned, what I'm still working through, and just like my thoughts as I've entered this new era of 23. I feel like this is the first birthday where I've actually genuinely felt older. Other birthdays I'm just like, all right, just a birthday. This one was one where it felt like a birthday, right? But I just felt like there's just things that I want to keep working on, and it has a lot to do with like this age and like this new era. I don't even know, but we'll get into it. Maybe that will be a little bit clearer as I keep talking. I'll just be walking through some things. It might get a little bit vulnerable. It's all about growth, right? Reflecting is sometimes you have to face like kind of harsh truths, or in order to grow. I'm just a person. I'm just a human being. I think I'm going to move right here. Oh God. My hairline pale. Oh my God. I'm gonna move here because it's getting way too dark outside, and like there's genuinely no lighting over there. So I had these little hats that I got for my birthday, and all my friends were just wearing it at my dinner, and they're just so cute. I think they're for cats, but they'll do. Boom. Oh, I didn't even notice. Okay, let's talk about it. First, I guess let's talk about what happened on my birthday. My birthday kind of sparked a little bit of what I'm going to talk about today, at least the first part of it. I love my tight circle of people that I pour into, and also who I feel like on my birthday just showed me just how loved I was. Like I definitely was loved like before that and everything, but I think it makes me think a lot about my family and also the friends in my life who genuinely want to be here in my life, and me and theirs. Nobody had to show up for my birthday. It would be sad if nobody showed up, but it's like to make the time for me, to be there for me, and to also make me feel so seen. That is just something that I'm very grateful for. Couple days before my birthday, I was back at home, and my family and I just celebrated, and I love a good birthday. I love my birthday, okay? But I also get really pressured when it comes around that time, just because I'm like, anything bad that can happen, it feels 10 times worse on like my birthday. I swear. Like if I cry, I'm like, oh my God, this fucking birthday, like, you know. And like if I don't see any friends on my birthday, I'm like, holy shit, like, you know. It's just stuff like that. But I honestly love a very casual birthday. Like I'm just with the people that I love. When I was with my family, it was just really nice because it was nothing big at all. I think my sister wanted to go out to a fancy restaurant for dinner, but I was just like, let's just go to, you know, our little udon place back in the mall. Let's just have a nice little meal. And we just had like a little fruit tart cake with a candle on it. And I remember I was just in bed that night that I was there at home, and my sister was like, Edna, come out. And I was just like, what do you want? And then she called me again, and it came out, and it was just that little cake, that little fucking fruit tart with like a candle on it. And I was just like, just bawled my eyes out, just feeling so loved, You know what I'm saying? And it's just my family of 4 with me. It's just I can't even explain it. Just being in that space where people want to take the time to celebrate you. People are just always there for you. Like, my family is always there for me. But yeah, and then on my birthday, Cayenne came up that weekend, and I got an email from the Claude team. But Cayenne came up for that weekend, and we literally just dilly-dallied all weekend. But on my birthday, it felt like a huge just... I took it as a sign. I took it as like, whoa, this is meant to be. But days leading up to and also after my birthday, it was always so gloomy in the morning. It would maybe get sunny around like 1 p.m. But before that, it'd be like gray. It'd be foggy. It'd be cold. But on my birthday, when I woke up, I literally was like, Cayenne. It's like, it's so fucking sunny. Like, the sun was out. It was just giving so much life, and I love when the sun is out. It makes me feel so happy. Yeah, and then Cayenne and I got matchas, really good matchas that day. We wore our little hats, and then we went to like a pickleball court, and we found a new pickleball court near my place, and then we just had a good time. And we were playing with the uncles there. We had a 1v1, and then we started playing with the uncles there. And it was just a nice time, and I felt so happy. I think Cayenne was also really happy that we were just like having fun playing pickleball on this sunny day, playing with other people. Yeah, and we almost got sucked into like a 5th game. We were only supposed to play like 2 games with them, maybe 1 game with them. But yeah, and then we got ready. We went to SF, and we took pictures. We took photo booth pictures, and then we went shopping. Great little shopping day. And then we picked up Daff, and then a 2-hour commute home to Thai food. Met up with Leah and Julie. Love them, and just grateful that they even made the time to like spend time with me. And like Leah literally like carved out time. She was like, Edna, like Thursday free for you, you know, like anything you want to do on your birthday. And it's just like, just little things like that was like, I don't know. It is so, I am so grateful. And they also got there like an hour early, like on time actually. They were supposed to get there at 7. They got there at 7, and I got there a little bit late, so I couldn't really reserve a table for us. But yeah, and then my friends Sam, Luis, and Thom, they all came, and they had baked me this beautiful, decadent, like 5-tiered cake, and it was what I had described to them that I love. It's like a strawberry shortcake with vanilla layers, chocolate layers, and then in between like whipped cream type of like, you know, with strawberries in it, and then a chocolate ganache. Yeah, and it was beautiful, and so much time went into it. I think they just mentioned like making it the night before, and everybody being so tired from like all the other things that they were doing. But I just appreciated them like taking the time to make me feel very special and seen. And it was lovely. It's really crazy to see. It's really interesting. I think it was very nice to have both of my friend groups kind of meet, just because it's like my hometown friends. Like, they met me at the ripe age of probably like 8 years old, you know, and they've seen me throughout all this time. And the friends that I've made in grad school, they've just now met me in this time, and like now our friendship is just like starting to like grow, and I don't know. It's really interesting to me, like the different eras in which my friends have experienced each other and like me, and it's just, yeah. But everybody got along. Yeah, and we ate Thai food, and it was very nice. And then we played more pickleball, obviously, and we played more pickleball, and then we ate some In-N-Out. It's all my favorite things that I hate on my birthday with like my beautiful friends. I just felt very seen. Like it was so like I was just speechless, and I think I am still kind of speechless. Like I can't even talk about it. It's like Sam got me like and it's not even about the gifts themselves, but it's about, I mentioned this plant that I saw at the cafe that I really wanted to go and get. I had completely forgot that I even mentioned it to Sam, and then like her getting this plant that I've like been talking about, and I was like, whoa, I don't even remember mentioning it to you. Like, wow, like just remembering little things that I've said and I was like so excited about. And then like Thomas making like this little tile thing to hold the plant, because I was talking about tiles and like really loving tiles and like seeing all this like art on Instagram about for tiles, and I'm like, holy shit, like I should have gotten on that. And just like using all my favorite like different colors that mean different things to me, and it was just it was just super sweet. And it's like, you mention little things that like you don't know how it gets processed by other people and how they'll go about it at all. Like Louis getting me a book about like emotional design. He also, it's like an unspoken, actually maybe I talk about it when I'm like explaining my design ethos in class, but I'm like I sometimes don't even realize like, oh, my design ethos is like, you know, emotional design, whatever. But it's like for someone else to notice you like that in those small ways, whether or not you mention it, and they notice your craft, they notice the little things that you like, they notice the little things that you value, they notice what like makes you excited. I think that that is so beautiful, and it inspires me to also want to show up the same way for them in like my own way. But like, you know, I'm just so grateful to have celebrated with all of my friends there. All of them know me in such like deep ways, and we all have very different individual relationships. So I'm just grateful everybody showed up for me. Anyways, but that was my birthday. Maybe long spiel, I don't know, but that is like a whole tangent on like friendships and feeling seen. That's like one aspect, that's one dimension of feeling seen, I think. What I also want to talk about is, after my birthday, I was thinking about friendship a lot, and the idea of like how my childhood friends and I have stayed in such strong friendships throughout all this time, with obvious like, you know, ups and downs in the road. It's genuinely like, you can all be such different people, but I think we continue to be open to each other's growth and evolution, and either be like front row or be like kind of on the sideline and watch from afar, but also still like rooting you on. I feel like when I was growing up, I used to always just hate the idea of change. I was just like, oh my God, I'm changing. Oh my God. It would be like a flex for me to be like, I haven't changed since high school. No, I'm still the same person. Like, can't get me. And also like with my friends, I'm like, oh my God, you guys are changing. Oh my God, like you're getting into this. Oh my God. And that probably not, like definitely not the way to, I think, go about it. But now it's like, when I reflect on it, regardless of being scared of change or not, we're all naturally going to evolve in some way. Our personalities are still shaping as we're growing up. The experiences that we're all having, like the highs and lows that we all go through and that we all share with each other and that we all allow each other into, and the openness of accepting each other through that and pushing each other through that. People either like kind of opening up their shell, or people going to have different experiences and like maybe like a whole gap year and like or going to a different college where they're meeting a whole bunch of new people. And for me to go to a different college, and for my other like hometown friends to go to different colleges, and to still like come back and be able to like talk about like our lives and like update each other and keep in contact. I think that that's beautiful. It's kind of fascinating to me, that concept that you're always staying connected yet allowing people to still experience and grow and try new things, meet new people, and come back together at the end of the day. And I think that that is really exciting. I think sometimes in the moment you don't really realize like the shift that some people are going through, and it might be hard to maybe accept, but I think the more open we stay, I think that that's what has made my friendships that I've made since I was like, 8 years old, very strong. To grow together, it's just beautiful. And then on the other hand, I'm like literally, I don't know why I'm looking at this corner. When I think about the friends that I've made in grad school recently within this year, I just like to think about it from time to time where I'm like, wow, my hometown friends met me when I was in like elementary school, right? And so they're meeting, like they've known how I've grown like all the way up until this point. They've seen every little aspect of me. And then the friends that I've met in grad school, they've met like this version. You know what I'm saying? And it's interesting that now we get to continue the friendship and like learn each other where everyone is right now. And I think that that's just such a, like there's no other way to describe it except like that is such a beautiful thing. You're meeting people at such different eras of their lives. And I bring this up to my friends sometimes, and I'm like, do you guys think that like we kind of like attracted each other? Maybe a leading question, I don't know. My friends in grad school, when we talk about this sometimes, we're very different. We're all externally very different. We have different personalities, like we have different hobbies, we have different like kind of like, I don't know, yeah, we have different like personalities, right? But I think at the end of the day, our core values are the same. As people, how we move and how we think about others and how we view ourselves, I feel like mostly kind of like all very similar at the core level. And it's like not even a spoken thing when we first meet, like, oh, who are you? What are your values? Like, how do you treat people? You know what I'm saying? It's just you meet someone and you kind of get a gist of whether or not you want to, like, you feel good in that interaction or friendship. And based on that, you kind of just keep on talking with each other. You know what I'm saying? Or there's more to learn from each other. And I think that in that way, that's why we're all very good friends. Now, the parts in which we're different externally and like our personalities just kind of bounce off of each other, and it makes it that much more fun. I think a lot sometimes about like energies and who you attract in your circle. And that kind of leads me to my next topic, which is curating your life. These are all things that I've just taken away in my own life. Me kind of reflecting on it in real time with you guys. Like, I don't know what's like right or wrong. I'm just living my life and reflecting. That's it. So none of this is like in the books, like truth. Yeah. Anyways, take it as you will. But my next thing that I wanted to get into is curating your life. Has to do with the whole energies thing, right? The people and the experiences and the opportunities in your life come to you if it's the right time and place. I think opportunities that are meant for you can still miss you, but if you're in this type of like scope of energy, like it's a fucking fishing net of like whatever your scoop in this area. Over here, maybe you'll catch some down here. Maybe you'll get some up here. Who knows? What goes into your energy, it's just, I haven't thought about manifestation in a very long time. The last time I probably thought about it like deeply was maybe like, I don't know, senior year of high school or first year of college. I think subconsciously, or not subconsciously, but throughout all the years, I've been manifesting in some ways because I will continuously and intentionally speak love into myself and really cherish my friendships and pour into the environments around me. I think I'm always continually trying to work on myself, and I feel like the right people at those times have like entered my life and the right opportunities at those times have entered my life, I feel like what enters my life is a reflection of who I am at that time, for the most part. Like sometimes different things can happen and it's really out of your control. But I think there's two parts of like manifestation at very basic level. Like one part is your relationship with yourself, and then the second part is your relationship with your environment, the people you surround yourself with. It's getting really dark. Is that like, ooh, okay, I think that's good. I just turned the lamp on. It's kind of cute. First, I think it all kind of begins with relationship with the self, right? I'm like getting fucking philosophical right now. I'm like, oh God. I think I noticed a big difference. Okay, let's start with the environment, because that section, like, I think it goes into a lot of deeper things that I've also noticed and have reflected on recently. But let's say like the environment that you put yourself in. If you're surrounding yourself with people who pour love into you, I don't know if that's like a Love Island phrase, like that Casey's always saying. Is it like, I just pour love into her every day? Yeah, something like that. Like, but genuinely, like people who pour love into you, who really give you an unbiased view when you need it, who will encourage you to keep on being authentic, and who will celebrate you, but also like keep you in check when you need to be kept in check. And it creates a lot of trust between you guys when you're able to, you know, celebrate each other, but also keep each other in line, and make sure that, you know, you're not going against like your values and your morals. The environment that you surround yourself with, seriously, like your friend groups, your living situation, whether you're keeping your stuff tidy. I think mind and body have a lot to have a deep connection, and you're taking care of yourself, like you're going outside, getting sun, if you're taking care of your body, keeping it moving, if you're, you know, fueling yourself with food and sustenance. It's like, if you think about it, like the aura, like the ring of light and the atmosphere around you, what color would you say it is? For me, when I reflect on it, I try to put myself in situations where like I feel good about like my surroundings and the people that I surround myself with, the environment that I'm in, like the sun that I'm getting, like how I'm moving my body, like whether I'm taking care of myself, cooking, or just going out to get food that I really love and makes me feel happy. I feel like the ring around me, regardless of how I'm like feeling internally, is bright. That was really important for me to reflect on, and to keep this space clear, and to like respect myself, curate my life in a way that like makes me feel good, makes me feel special, makes me feel like I'm becoming a better person for myself and the people around me. I think it's just like very inspiring. And second is relationship with the self. It was not easy for me, I think, when I was first doing this whole manifestation thing, starting in like senior year of high school. But it started when I was going through a very rough time in my life, and like point blank, like just did not like the person that I was. I felt like the cloud around me was very dark, and it kind of masked everything else in my life that was good, like my connection with my family, my friends. The mental space that I was in was very not great, kind of dark. Okay. And I think what you spew out to yourself really comes to life and really manifests. I think at this point in my life, like I could not see myself saying, like, it makes me really emotional to like even say, like, I could not say that I don't even want to say it. Like, I could not say that, like, I could not, oh my God, I can't even say it. Like, I could not put myself down and be like, Edna, you can't do this. You are so stupid for that. Or like, God, I hate myself. Like, a lot of emotion there. I think the more you kind of say it to yourself, the more you believe it. Like the more those things kind of like manifest and become true. It becomes like your perspective. It becomes your relationship with yourself. You really only have one life, and there's so many different like outside factors, circumstances, pressures. At the end of the day, while that is still going on, if you can, speaking love into yourself and being like, hey, Edna, like, you're doing awesome today. I'm really proud of you. Even though you had this on your list and you wanted to do it, that's okay. Look at all the other stuff that you got done today. You're doing amazing. You gotta just talk yourself up and be like, you're a good person. And sometimes you just deserve a little bit more grace, more rest. And that's okay that you're taking rest. That's okay that, you know, you're not so like social today. Like it's still all a part of you. Yeah, I think self-talk is really important. I think it is a big manifester in how we see life. I don't know if like, do we need more light? Ooh, that's a little bit too much light. Maybe that. Okay, but I feel like I'm on like MySpace right now or something, but I don't even know what MySpace is, but it's giving MySpace. I was talking to Kyan about this recently, where a dream felt so real that we were having. I don't really remember how people usually manifest. If I'm not wrong, like people sometimes manifest by like either writing it down or like before you go to sleep, you dream about it. You start dreaming about it, that like when you wake up, you don't know whether it was a dream or reality or not. And so to dream that type of reality, you start to generate feeling, and which then gets turned into action. I think the more that we talk love into ourselves, into others, and put ourselves in an environment of love, I feel like that plays a big part in what we attract and like what our realities can really be. Because like I think the more you say it, like maybe in the beginning, like if I said like, oh, I want to do like I am capable of doing this, getting to that dream, whatever. Maybe in the beginning I don't like fully believe it, but I think the more you say it and the more you believe it, that is just truth. The more I've like spoken love into myself, the more I just like, I could not even talk badly about myself. I really couldn't. It hurts me. I wouldn't want to. It's just really hurtful to like myself when I say those things to myself. I really do think showing up for yourself like makes a huge difference, and to build that self-trust. Yeah, there are a lot of hard things that maybe voices in your head that kind of get in the way of it. And like how like I've grown up, it was just super normal for me to like bash on myself because of, for example, like school and getting things done. It was so normal for me to be like, Edna, like you need to get this done or else like, oh my god, like you're gonna fail. And that's fine. It was just so ingrained in myself that when I began to be like, Edna, you're okay, you've got this, you're capable, it's like genuinely like rewiring things in you. But I think at this point in my life, I would rather be in a place of love and like a good relationship with myself and a good relationship with the environment around me, rather than like sticking in old cycles that I've learned but like cause me so much harm in some way. Like, yeah, I think I'll dive into that a little bit later. So I think like maybe two last things. As I've been talking about manifestation, I think a lot of the times I would be like, oh, that dream job, yeah, like I'm gonna get there. Even this college, like going to UC Berkeley, getting into grad school, I'm gonna get there. And then while you're in it, it's like the train just keeps on going. It's great that we achieve these things that we have set out for ourselves. It's talked about a lot. We dream big, we hit those things, and then boom, like the next thing keeps going. We're still unsatisfied. I have always pined over like getting into a grad school, like, okay, getting an internship, getting a job, which is still important to me, obviously. But at this point, it's not really tied to failure, the idea of failure. Like, if I don't get this, then I have failed. I think everybody is on such a different timeline. The idea of stressing over where we're at because someone else already has that job or internship at the same age as you, it's just like, it's like a weight off your shoulder. When I began to just be like, my timeline is my timeline. There's people like, quote unquote, ahead of me. There's people still figuring it out. There's people like ahead of me and not happy. Still unsatisfied. And sorry. Damn. I understand how professors feel now. The throat is getting a little bit dry and I don't have any water. But I think letting go of that and being like, what do you like about the process? I think your value will grow and your genuine interest in things will grow in the process if you really allow yourself to enjoy it. Basically, is to say that detaching from the end results, because you can try your best, and like I can try my best and still not get to where I wanted to go, but which is not the best case scenario, but like I don't even have that in mind in a way. Like I'm like, I work hard and I curate the things and I'm intentional about the things that I create, and I genuinely love this, that I know I'll end up in a good place, and I know I'll end up doing what I want to do. Smelling the roses throughout the process. I genuinely think that if I put in a lot of effort and a lot of passion in the things that I do, I will hit something in that, like, you know, like I will get something that aligns with me and that I've worked towards. I guess that's like what people call like delulu, but like, I don't know, detachment in the way that like my driving motivation is not the fear of failure, is not the fear of like, oh, I must get this or else like I am a nobody. My drive is like, I love this. This is what I want to learn. And just genuine like excitement to get started and to learn something and to also grow. Easier said than done, but I think that's like also the mindset shift that I've tried to have recently. Yeah, last thing that I wanted to get into, which is a very big thing, and if you've made it to this point in the video, thank you. It's about to get showed my armpit. It's about to get a little bit real, but like I feel like it should be talked about more, or I'm just here to like help people resonate. I don't know, but I grew up being a very anxious person, and a lot of it stemmed from my relationship with school and my schoolwork, thinking that if I didn't finish this thing, or like if I didn't study like right now, I would be a failure. I would be an idiot. Like that's genuinely, I remember when I was growing up, like that word being in my head, because I was getting so anxious about things, and like that would be like the driving motivator of me getting my work done and then finding success in like, okay, I got the grades that I wanted to get and stuff like that. It became like if I'm anxious about something, or if I'm like really like worried about something, that means I care. It's what I'm used to, right? It was what I was used to. It's what I literally grew up believing and just going about life with, that now when I kind of engage with that, I realize that my anxiety is there not for like with ill intention. It's genuinely just trying to protect me from what I've deemed a bad outcome. I have reflected, and it's caused me so much hurt without me really realizing it growing up. It just felt so familiar to me. Like that was genuinely like default state, get anxious, you know what I'm saying? It would feel so debilitating. A heavy, like deep, like heart literally wanting to jump out of my chest, and like the world ending. And I would just keep on feeding it the more that I was just relying on my anxiety to, in a way, like make me feel safe. I'm anxious, that means I care, this is good, I'm gonna be successful because I'm anxious, and that's gonna motivate me to like finish my work, right? Like it caused me a lot of like internal hurt. And I think at this point in my life, like, I just don't want to feel that. I don't want any of that. I want to have a healthier relationship with my inner child, that child growing up. And when these things come up, like, I try to have a conversation with myself, and I'm like, okay, where is this coming from? What is my anxiety telling me? It's like, it's probably telling me you're going to like fail if you don't get this done, and you need to get on it, or else you're like an idiot, whatever. And then having to like now tell myself, Edna, you're safe. I understand why you're here, and you just want me to get my work done, and you have the best intentions in mind. And I will say that, like, I know that I'm capable of getting it done. I've time and time again done it. I can have a healthy relationship and still care and still produce the same output without feeling like I'll be a failure at the end. Even if I don't finish this, which I still will, even if I don't finish this, like, that does not detract from my value as a person. And I am so creative. I'm so strong. I'm so talented. It's kind of literally nurturing my little inner child that I've grown up with. It makes me emotional when I think about how much pressure I put on her and like myself. And now I'm just kind of like learning that it's sometimes a little bit jarring to be like, now, like, oh my God, like, do I just not care? Why am I not like literally going in circles about this and like creating so much like anxiety? Do I not care? It's kind of like, it has to come like all the way down for it to kind of like level out again. But that was like a huge ramble on the things that I'm learning in life, the things that I'm noticing, and the life that I kind of just want to keep on nurturing as I've turned 23. Who knows, maybe my prefrontal cortex is really developing. I don't know, but I heard it's around the age of 25 where like I get all these fucking neural pathways and everything. But I don't know, I'm just very grateful for the people around me, my friends, my family, the bed that I sleep in. Like, I think I write this in like every journal entry, but it's like, I'm so grateful for my bed. Just being able to like sink in it. Actually, I don't sink because like this bed is like firm as fuck, but like just being able to like really let it all go at the end of the day. I am just grateful to be able to experience this life, to learn it, and to kind of just like experience all of the changes that I'm going through. Yeah. Anyways, that is all for this podcast. I don't know how it's going to turn out. I hope the microphone caught everything. I hope that the lighting is okay, and I hope it's not too long. But I do want everybody to hear this and know that you are special in your own way, and you have a life that is so beautiful, and you deserve to feel good. You deserve to see yourself as the beautiful, just energetic human being that you are. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. Okay, I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye bye.